Hey everybody! It is Turntable Tuesday with Thom. Man, I'm just gonna put out a disclaimer, warning, whatever you want to call it. If you don't like people gushing, going over particular artists, then this is not the episode for you. Because today I'm gonna get all gushy and emotional and everything like that. Because this is an artist very near and dear to my heart, and we're gonna talk about her. I don't want to say breakthrough album because it wasn't her breakthrough album. It was a mid-career resurgence. Here's the jacket. Man, even her signature is cool as heck. By the way, use disposable shopping bags. Bonnie Raitt. And she was into the whole no nukes movement, so she's probably using disposable shopping bags herself, which are good for the environment. Here we have, wow, what is this album? Nick of Time. So let me tell you a little bit of my my personal Bonnie Raitt story. So 1981, maybe, possibly 82, she's playing the Rochester Auditorium Theater. I've never heard of her, and she's a woman, so being the testosterone-filled male in the early 80s, you know, I'm all about the rock and roll, baby. I got no time for some woman blues performer. And Bonnie Raitt completely changed my mind about the blues, about women performers, about everything. Because, you know what, she put on one of the most incredible shows that I've ever seen in my entire life. Now, I had a deal back in the early 80s at this place called the Rochester Auditorium Theater that I mentioned, where I was able to usher shows, so I'd get to see them for free. And it was a very important part of my formative years because, again, I'm seeing shows that I would regularly probably not pay to see. I mean, I saw Loretta Lynn and Ernest Tubbs. You know, what 14-year-old male who smokes cigarettes and has a mullet is going to want to see that? But anyhow, Bonnie Raitt comes to town, and I have no clue who she is other than she's, you know, whatever. She was in this movie, this No Nukes thing. The show didn't sell well. It was, which my dogs will tell you, it was at a point in her career where she was kind of on I guess some people would call it on the skids. And the place held, I think, around 2,000 people. There was maybe a quarter full. Opening act was a guy named John Hall Band. John Hall wrote the song Dance With Me by Orleans. And he also became a U.S. congressman. Now, there's a life for you. Orleans, Dance With Me, John Hall Band, opening up for Bonnie Raitt, and then congressperson. I don't know. Raitt comes out. She puts on this clinic on how to put on a live show. Just amazing. Every note of it, every second of it. So I'm freaking out at the end of the night, and she was one of the first artists that I literally just stood by the backstage door and refused to go home until I had a chance to meet her. Didn't ask for an autograph. Didn't ask for a picture because, you know, we didn't do selfies back then and we didn't have cell phones that took pictures. I just said, hey, I just want to tell you that your show changed my life. Now, it would be 4 or 5, maybe 6 years, maybe 7 years later before she would come back with this particular album. And you know what? Having seen her before and knowing that she was this undiscovered gem, when she became popular to the world, I'll be honest with you, I felt great about it. You know, you discover an artist on occasion and you think, man, I don't understand why they're not more popular. And that's how I felt for years. And then Bonnie Raitt comes out with this amazing album. Don Was, who was the producer, and, you know, it's funny, like, her record label had dropped her. She was dealing with alcohol, drug abuse problems. She was trying to negotiate a recording contract with Prince. She couldn't get that done. Then, eventually, somebody signs her, and who's thinking that this, you know, mid-career slide guitar blues lady's ever going to come up with another album that's just going to blow the socks off the known universe? But that's what she did. That's absolutely what she did. 1989, this album comes out, it multiple Grammys. But you know what? My son says to me the other day, Trevor, he says, I don't really care if an album wins a Grammy. I mean, who cares about them? I get that, all right? I get it. But if this album never won a Grammy, it wouldn't take away how freaking amazing it is, okay? This is an amazing album. If you know, uh, with you, I can't contain my dog's enthusiasm. They finally calmed down, so I'm back. But as I was saying about this album, Grammy winner or not, there's not a bad note on this thing. The themes are incredible. You know, as you get a little bit older and you hear a song like Nick of Time where it talks about, you know, getting old and all those other things. But the reality is Nick of Time is one of the most beautiful love songs ever written. And Bonnie Raitt does an amazing job performing it. She was able to capitalize on this, and she had a solid follow-up album and has gone on to just become a legend. And as I was mentioning before, the dogs started barking, and I had to stop them. My brother-in-law just bought me this copy of this particular album because this is actually my third copy of it. I've worn out the other two, and to have a brand new copy, I'm looking forward to wearing this one out again as well. I'm already on the second play, and I've only owned it for a day maybe. Listen, if you don't own this album by Bonnie Raitt, shame on you. That's all I got to say. And if you can't handle me gushing over Bonnie Raitt, shame on you as well. No, I'm just kidding. You have your own taste in music. But seriously, Bonnie Raitt, never had a chance to interview her, never had a chance to meet her again after that chance encounter in the early 80s. But you know what? I've never stopped loving her. And this album, as they say, came in the nick of time for her career. If you own it, put something in the comments. I'll see you next Tuesday.